Yo, what's good, family? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Eric Jameson, for coming through and boosting up the coin, no doubt about it. So, we got some breaking news right now regarding your man's Oleksandr. Very nice, I like, how much? Your wife nice, I like, how much? Usyk. Exposing Tyson Scary's once again changed contract. Revisions, 100%. Spoiler for tomorrow, leaked negotiations coming out tomorrow via the YB. Tyson Scary sends out the draft agreement where there is no rematch clause. Wow. No anti-PED boar meat, wild Martin Carefoot boar meat testing. Only local judges. Usyk is forbidden the use of his left hand. Wow. 5 minutes rest between the rounds because Tyson Scary has only been in camp for 2 days, even though it's the best camp of his life. Etc, etc. And then Tyson Scary goes on Instagram like, you middleweight, gappy teeth, rabbit. You've got the contract. You've cacked your pants. If it's not signed in the next 25 seconds, I'll fight Fake Paul next. Wow. Oh my. The crazy thing is, these aren't even lies. Like, genuinely. I can see Tyson Fury versus Logan Paul. I think Fury even mentioned it a few days ago. I might fight Logan in WWE. Wow. If you trust it, you best believe it. If Fury could get into the US, Fury's banned from the US as per the Hulkenhan shtick. Yeah? But if Fury was allowed in the US, he'd be in there now. Fighting Logan Paul. WWE. Big facts. This is what it is, people. There's no doubt about it. Yeah? Usyk out here dragging this guy all around the floor. And all Fury's got to say is, oh, but I mugged you off for 70-30. This is bad, people. This is bad. This is true muggins. And I'm not sure what comes next. I got a little birdies telling me, is Tyson Fury going to pull a Deontay Wilder? Yeah? When AJ and Wilder were negotiating, a key reason Wilder didn't turn down the fight of a lifetime was because Wilder said, quote, oh man, Eddie Hearns, he called me a hillbilly and, he's so disrespectful. That's literally what he said. Deontay Wilder played himself out of a $150 million bag because Eddie Hearn was disrespectful. He called Shelly Winkle, and he called Wilder a hillbilly. Wow. Is Fury going to come out and say, oh, you've been, you know what I mean? I don't think Fury is, to be fair, Fury ain't, we'll have to see. I don't think Fury is quite as corny as Deontay Wilder in that respect. But then again, Fury he wouldn't say it publicly. Fury would never admit publicly someone's got to him, someone's mugged him. He'd just, behind closed doors, not sign the contract and disappear from social media. Oh, I'm going into a blackout, people, before it's signed. Wait, what? You doing what? I'm going into a blackout during contract negotiations which have dragged on for 4 months. I'm conveniently blacking out with no trainer in my camp. And still, before the contract signed. Wait a minute. Why not sign the contract first and then say, listen people, I told you so. I told you I was going to fight the Gappy Tooth Rabbit. And now I'm checking out. I'll catch you on April 26th. Why not do that one? Oh yeah. Yeah, because you trust me, Tyson Fury don't want to be hanging around social media when this bomb goes off that he's flapped it. And you best believe it. And Usyk, they stay on this guy neck. Staying on it. Just out here dragging the guy. Look at his muggins here. No left hand. No PED. No Martin Carefoot. Boar meat. Wow. The fact that Alexander Usyk put in the detail here. No anti-doping. Martin Carefoot boar meat testing. Wow. This guy's out here dropping pure gems. Pure facts. And Fury, he big scary right now. Big 6'9" scary looking ass dude. Where he at? Oh, we don't know. He disappeared. And even, to be honest with you, even Frank Warren, he gone missing. This fight was supposed to have been signed. Now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe listen. If it happens this weekend. But listen, Frank Warren been telling us that. To this day, I've still got cornballs in my DMs. YB, you lied again. Frank Warren said it's on. I thought, oh, we're doing this. Are we really doing this again? So, Listen, people, if you haven't learned nothing, Bob Arum and Frank Warren, they clearly don't know what's going on. Because from December, they've been telling us, it's on, don't worry. Team Usyk have told us the opposite. And I hate to say it, but Team Usyk have been the ones who have signed the Saudi contract. Oleksandr Usyk signed to fight Tyson Fury in Saudi on March 6th. That is a fact. That is the bottom line, people. And since then, the only people who have ever signed a contract have told you it's not looking good. And they've told you Fury out here playing more games. Changing things. Anyway, I hope I'm wrong. Team Usyk, like I said, I like the jokes. Keep dragging this guy, but I do think politically, Usyk has been lacking. I do think Usyk needs to pressure the WBC. They're the only people who have any real power. Yeah? Like, Usyk can cuck himself as much as he wants in that sense. Usyk can say, oh, I'll take 10%, but that ain't gonna... You know what I mean? If Fury don't want to fight you, don't want to fight you. If it's really about the belts for you, you need to put pressure on the WBC. Right now, the WBC is hanging around. And they've been hanging around. And they stay hanging around. That's what they do. I don't know what... The WBC doesn't enforce anything. They change rules for their super champions, literally. They make belts. They made a belt for Canelo and Lomachenko, the franchise belt. That belt was categorically made so people could just clown around. It's the clown around belt. This is what it was. Oh, we're going to make a belt so people can just clown around and be champions still. And not fight legitimate contenders. Of which there aren't many anyway. It's not like there's a whole bunch of... You know what I mean? Obviously, some divisions are hot, but for the most part, boxing's thin. It's full of TikTok boxers. Do you understand? So, Team Usyk need to be on the WBC. Listen, WBC. Bear in mind, people, yeah. And that's why I rate Team Fury to some extent. Team Fury have played... I don't rate them at all, morally. But in terms of playing a game well, what did Team Fury do in the last week? Team Usyk was standing strong, and I was saluting him. Team Usyk was standing strong. It's 50-50 or no deal. And then, Frank Warren picked the blower up and rang the WBA. Hey, where's my Daniel Dubois WBA mandatory that hasn't been ordered for 2 years? I think it's more than that. The last time the WBA was fought for on a mandatory was like 2018 versus, I think, Povetkin. Seriously. That's how long it's been. 2018 against Povetkin. That's legitimately the last time the WBA was fought for. 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago. So you best believe your man Frank Warren, hey WBA, it's been 4.5 years since the WBA's been mandated. Where's that at? That's what the WBA quick. I mean, even the IBF was December 2020. That's how long? How long ago was that? December 2020 is 2.5 years. So these mandatories are backing up, essentially because of the rematch clause. But either way, that's the situation Team Usyk found themselves in. Team Usyk really back in December should have been telling WBC, hey man, because yeah, people can say, well, YB, Tyson Fury fought Dillian White. People don't forget. People forget, sorry. Belts. I don't know. Boxing's got into a really bad culture of people having this expectation of we should see good fights from our champions once a blue moon, once a year if we're lucky. If we're lucky. No, it should be once a year. Really, it should be twice a year, I believe. I believe there should be no voluntaries. How can a champion have voluntaries? The only thing a champion should voluntarily be able to do is fight the best. For example, right now, from a Tyson Fury's point of view, his choices should be you can fight Usyk, you can fight Joe Joyce, and you can fight... That's probably about it. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's how it should be. Yeah, you're right. As a champion, you should have a choice. You got a choice of Usyk or Joe Joyce. Oops. It should be as simple as that. You can unify or you can fight the number one bull in Joe Joyce. Yeah? No messing around. Instead, he fights Dillian White. And again, with all due respect, even if you go based on their goofy system, I believe it should be 2 proper fights every year. But even if you go based on their current goofy system, Fury fought Bumillion White in April 2022. It's March, middle of March now. Facts. So the WBC, it's up. It's been up. Really, after 8 months since you're mandatory, the governing body should already by then be getting ready to say, listen, this guy's up next. Naturally. Once a year, isn't it? You don't wait until the year's up, because if you wait until the year's up, that means it's going to be once every 18 months. No, to schedule a mandatory once every year, which is the bare bones minimum, you need to be in the process of that 8 months out. Because that leaves you 4 months to negotiate before the full year's over. Now, 4 months before April puts you in December. Team Usyk should have been on to the WBC. Hey, yo. Dillian White was 8 months ago. Put us in. We want next. Put us in for the Mando. We want the Mando. We want the... And in fact, not even the Mando. There's the whole boxing cliche. Undisputed unifications supersede. We've heard that. I'm sick of that myself because it don't mean nothing. Oh, unification supersede mandatories. Where that at? But again, Team Usyk dropped the ball on that. Frank Warren, he'd be doing his job. Team Usyk should have been onto the WBC. Ayo, unification supersede mandatories. Why aren't we being ordered to fight Fury? Order us next. And I believe, genuinely, the WBC would have ordered a more favourable split for Usyk than 70-30. I think they would have gone for 60-40, truth be known. Worst case. I actually think they may have even gone for 50-50 on the basis of belts. So I'm not sure why that wasn't... I mean, you got to lose. In this day and age, it's not like... I say it all the time, but it's not like you got to fly birds. Literally, you put out a tweet or you put out a message and it's done. So Team Usyk could have written an open letter to the WBC that could have been out there in December and kept retweeting it, kept putting it out there, and that would have been what it was. Would it have guaranteed them anything? No, but they wouldn't have been any further back. And based on the infrastructure that's out there, I don't see why it couldn't have furthered his cause, for sure. It's not like, in fact, I'm not even sure who is even next for WBC. I think it's Wilder again, scarily enough. I think it's Wilder or Andy Ruiz. I think Wilder and Andy Ruiz were supposed to have a final eliminator. Okay, they haven't had their final eliminator. Great, put me in. Mandatory supersede, unification supersede mandatories. Where that one at? Team Usyk, lacking, I don't know what, yeah. It's a bit late now anyway. But still, in fact, no, it's not a bit late. Forevermore, unifications will supersede mandatories, so stay on the neck until it's done. Because what that may also do, in fact, it's a great defence. At the moment, Usyk has two issues. He has his offence with Tyson Fury, i.e. he's chasing Tyson Fury. He wants that fight. But Usyk also has to focus on his defence, defending his current mandatories, keeping them away from him as he pursues Tyson Fury. How does he do that? Well, I've just mentioned to you. Unifications supersede mandatories. It's built in. Perfect defense. What's that, WBA? You just ordered me to fight Daniel Dubois? Don't think so. Because we got the clause, whatever it is. Unification supersede mandatories. Oopsie doopsie. Again, I'm passing these guys this game. What, you know what I mean? These $1 million managers, but you out here just hanging around the place. Putting these, and don't get me wrong, this bit says this clowning's good, but that's what needs to be happening right now. You should have been on to WBC. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, and lick off the bell 100%.